Welcome to part 2 of the law of attraction, part 2. I want to look at how to use your mind to attract wealth in this part 2. I want you to confirm if you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, if you can hear me well, just type I can hear you. Also, this conversation will be as interesting as ever. Invite as many people, share with your loved ones, and get more people to join. My beautiful wife is here. Babe, how you doing? So it's funny how I'm in the US, my wife is in Dubai. Both of us are busy pushing the empire from different locations and to grow the empire. Hey, I have my very good friend Apostle Toby Arayami in the building. Okay, how are you today, Apostle? Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Invite more people. Let's have a beautiful conversation today. The law of attraction. So, this is part 2. Part 1, we talked about a couple of things you need to do. And part 2, want to focus on how to use your mind to attract wealth. So again, what is law of attraction? Or let's try to define the law of attraction, right? Different definition, but one of the definitions simply says law of attraction states that you attract into your life people and situations that correlate with your dominant thought. Can everybody help me type it? You attract into your life people, situation, and circumstances that correlate with your dominant thoughts. So, if you're going to practice the law of attraction, you have to control your mind. You also have to trick your mind. Particularly if you are currently not in abundance, and you now want to experience abundance, you need to trick your mind into abundance. Okay? You need to trick your mind into abundance. If you are currently not in abundance and you want to move into the realm of abundance, you need to trick your mind, because in reality, your mind oftentimes doesn't know what is real or not real. It just work on what is dominant. So whatever is dominant in your mind is what your mind manifests, or what your life manifests. And this is one of the reasons why you've seen situations where kids who are supposed to exhibit wealth, okay, who are supposed to have wealthy mindset, don't have it. And sometimes you see people who came from stark poverty move into exceptional wealth, and the difference is that one was constantly, right, mentally seeing themselves in that realm of abundance, even though physically as of today they had nothing, right? Meanwhile, one may be in abundance, but because you haven't mentally digest seeing yourself as being abundance, you end up in poverty, right? So these are very, very powerful things that you want to look at in the subject of wealth. So let's get into today's conversation. How do you develop your mind to attract wealth? How do you do that? The first thing is your environment. Everybody say environment. You have to begin to enter intentionally, move into an environment that has abundance. Find yourself in an abundant environment. Infuse yourself in an environment of abundance. Put yourself in an environment that speaks abundance. And I'm going to be very practical. I'll tell you how I started this journey. I went to Olabisi Onabanjo University in Agowe, in Nigeria, Ogun State. And because I came from a very poor background, I will leave. Sometimes I have just in those days 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 I would do it. In those days, not now anyway. And I remember I would take 1,000 naira transport, come to Lagos, then go to Victoria Island. Sometimes the money left with me cannot even watch movie. But I'll go to Silverbird Galleria, move around the box office like I'm one of those who have come to watch movie. Then I will come there and walk around Victoria Island. True story. The entire VI, because VI was like the most developed part of Lagos and the most developed area I've ever seen. I'm talking about a season of my life. I've never been to any other country aside Nigeria. I wasn't even living in Lagos, right? I was in a village called Agoe studying. So I walk around and I remember saying to myself as I move around, whether it's Silverbird Galleria or Victoria Island, and I will say to myself, one day I will live in these places, right? One day this will be my normal. This will be the normal lifestyle. I will be able to afford, okay, to live. And I will be speaking, walking down Victoria Island and speaking. Again, the law of attraction. How to use your mind to attract wealth. So I used to go and put myself in a wealthy environment. Now, how many of you have done that before? Where you intentionally will put yourself in a wealthy environment just so that it can trigger something. And as I'm sure you've heard before, right? Your mind is powerful. Once your mind expands to a level, it can't go back. In other words, there's a way your mind expands to a dimension of wealth, possibility of money you can control. And your mind can't just go back into believing you're poor anymore. So you can stretch your mind by putting yourself in a wealthy environment, okay? And seeing yourself, simulating that this will be your new normal and this will be your lifestyle and this will be you into the future. Today now, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I think VI is the least of my realities, isn't it? Okay? Because I think I did better. I live in Banana Island now. My office is also in that same area. So I think what I was confessing, eventually didn't just manifest. I achieved bigger than that. In those days, I never knew anything called Dubai. To now know that I will live in Dubai at some point, live in the US at some point, right? All of these are even how the law of attraction even got me better than I anticipated. Are we learning, guys? If you're learning, type I'm learning. So I want you to type here because I want this to be very practical. Where are the wealthy environments right now? Whether you're watching me, I can see a lot of you are joining from different parts of the world, right? Kenya is here, US is here, UK is here, Nigeria is here. I want you to type, okay? Type a wealthy environment where you are now, the country you are now, that you want to put yourself in. Just type the name. If it's a golf course, just type, I am going to so golf course, right? Because maybe that is what gives you a picture of a wealthy environment. And I'm talking of from the country you are based in, right? So let's start with the country you are. Where is the wealthy environment in the country you are right now? Can you mention that location? And some of you are writing Chelsea, and Chelsea doesn't mean anything. You are in Canada. Where in Canada symbolizes wealth to you? Does that make sense at all? That's what I want you to post here. Where in Canada? Somebody says Guzape, Abuja. Correct. Somebody say Banana Island, Lagos. That makes sense. Okay? You are in the US. Give me a wealthy environment in the US that gives you a picture that if you see yourself in such an environment, you know, it gives you a feeling of accomplishment. It gives you a feeling that I have arrived. You know, and you have to simulate it. Thank you. Somebody say Atlantic City, VI, good. Somebody say Kilimani in Kenya, beautiful. Rice Village, Houston, lovely. Where in Miami, Florida? Miami is big. Give me a specific location. Okay, that it's, yes, Beverly Hills. Come on, we'll go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. You must picture it. You must picture it. At least you must even know where exactly you want to put yourself. Okay, and that area symbolizes wealth to you, right? Because this is where we miss it. Where you see, you cannot, whatever is too big for your mind, okay, will be too big for your hand. You have to conceive it in your mind first. That is where it starts from. Your mind. Conceive it in your mind first, ladies and gentlemen. Wealth must be conceived in the region of the mind before it manifests physically. Your mind is the engine. And that's why even in the scripture you see how the Bible keeps saying, guide your mind, guide your mind, guide your mind, guide your heart, guide your mind. Now it's used interchangeably. Your mind, your heart is used interchangeably. But that's really where things work. That's where it works. Okay, so the first thing, change your environment, change your and begin to select environments that paints wealth to you. Okay, and begin to see yourself in those environments, owning houses in those places, you know, owning things in those places. Al-Barari, Dubai. You have to see yourself. Number two, very powerful. So environment is number one. Put yourself in a wealthy environment. Even if today, and assignment number two, guys, write this down. I want you to go to these places often as possible. Okay? Before I ever lived in Banana Island, I will go to Banana Island and I will price houses. True story. I will price whether it's for rent, whether it's for buying. I will price. In fact, I used to go there 3 years before I eventually lived there. The same thing in Dubai. Before I lived in Burj Khalifa, my wife is here, she will tell you. She reminded me the day we moved to Burj Khalifa, that the first time I brought her to Dubai, I took her to Burj Khalifa to tour Burj Khalifa, and I told my wife, you know, that one day we will live here, we'll be able to live in this place. Okay, so the journey really begins in your mind. But one of the things, you can simulate it, right? You can rehearse your wealth. You can rehearse success. Okay? You can rehearse it. So start a rehearsal by going to places that symbolizes wealth to you. Go there. Go there. You can go there and just take a walk like I used to, right? You can go there and just move around like I used to. Very, very important. Are you ready for number two? If you're ready for number two, type I'm ready, I'm ready. For those of you just joining, thank you for joining. Share this video. We're looking at the law of attraction. How to use your mind to attract wealth. And the first thing we say, you have to start putting yourself in an environment that depicts wealth. Environment that gives you good pimples about the fact that this environment symbolizes wealth and success and accomplishment. Put yourself in those environments. Very, very powerful. Number two, imagination. Another word, image nation. Everybody type it. Image nation. Number two, image nation. Image nation. I want you to practice imagination. Another word could be meditation, but I want you to imagine success, wealth, prosperity 1 hour a day. This is assignment number 3 or 4. Assignment number 3 or 4. I want you every day, use 1 hour to just create your imagination. And all you're doing is create your imagination. You know the beautiful thing about imagination? It's free. Everybody type imagination is free. It costs you nothing to imagine success. It costs you nothing to imagine greatness. It costs you nothing to imagine yourself being wealthy and accomplished and blessed and rich. It costs you nothing. Imagination is free. Oftentimes I ask myself, why don't we use it? Okay? Some people call it fantasy, whatever name they call it. Imagination is free. Use it. So one of the things I do, I have learned over the years to practice imagination, to create my imagination. Imagination, aka imagination creation. So I sit down and I close my eyes and I imagine Stephen Akintayo, okay, you know, controlling real estate assets worth $40 billion. And then I flew my private jet from our estates, okay, that is close to my hangar, my private hangar, okay, and near an airport beside one of my estates. And I flew directly to Houston, okay, and then from there we take a chopper to one of my estates. We are launching Richmond estates this Saturday, right? So imagine I take my chopper and then come to Richmond, and my own house in our Richmond estate probably has an helipad. So my chopper just land me on my own housing unit, and we've built this amazing estate close to a river, right? People, high net worth people live there, single family home, but for very high net worth people. And as I come down, a few of my friends who also have bought houses there say, hey, Dr. Stephen, welcome back, you know, and then host them for dinner in the house, and we get talking about dreams and vision. Who can see what my imagination? Anybody can see this. Now, as soon as I was done with my friend, guess what? Right? Prince Harry showed up, you know, with his wife, Meghan. Okay? And, you know, and I'm hosting the Duchess of Sussex, right? Again, for another dinner. And we'll get talking about what they've been through and how they've had to build their wealth in America, leaving England behind, all the family drama. Come on, who can say it? You should do this 1 hour a day. It costs you nothing. It's for free. But let me tell you this. You can never partake of a future you have never pictured. Let me say it again. You can never partake of a future you've never pictured. What you are doing with this imagination is that you are forming them in the spirit. You are forming your future in the spirit realm. You are creating your future in the spirit realm. You are calling those things that be not as though they were. You are creating the invisible. Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this, right? So you are creating it. And guess what? It is free. Isn't this amazing? Now, hear this, and I think this will help you. Anytime you hear that God made man in his own image, this is what God was talking about. Okay? God is neither black or white. God is neither tall nor short. God is neither fat nor slim. Okay? So when it says, and God created man in his image, what it is talking is that God gave man the ability to imagine the invisible, okay, before they become visible. That's what God means by imaging his image, because he's the only one that has that capacity. Angels don't have that capacity. Demons don't have that capacity. So God created man with the ability to imagine their future before it ever come to pass. And that's why when you look at the Bible, for those of you who are Christians, you will see and said and God, okay, and in the beginning, and God created the heavens and the earth, and then you see, and God created man. Then in chapter 2 or chapter 3, now say, and God formed man. So the creation of man was mentioned twice. There is a mental creation where God said, and let us make man in our image, right? How many of you remember that in the Bible? After that, you will now see God, and the Bible now says, and God formed man. So man was created twice. The first time, it was God creating man in his imagination. The second time, God now actually did the physical work of creating man. So, if you will see wealth in your life, you must create wealth in your spirit first. And it must be so real, that a time will come, you don't know the difference between mental wealth and physical wealth anymore. And that is when you've really become wealthy. So today, now let me ask you a question. How will you know that you've gotten to that realm? Can anybody give me an answer? How will you know you've gotten to a realm where there's no difference between physical money and mental money anymore? Right? How will you know? Can anybody just guess? There's no right or wrong answers. I just need you to participate in this conversation. By the way, is this good? If this is a good stuff, just like good stuff. Okay? But also tell me, how will you know when the spiritual and the intangible and the tangible are the same to you? You are just at that realm where you just flow. You create it. Right? So, how will you know? How will you know? Come on, anybody want to try? How will you know that your imagination, right, is not fully formed? No amount will sound too big, okay, for me anymore. Well, that's an aspect of it. I agree. You will be unstoppable. Yeah, I agree. What else? Anyone? Okay, anyone wants to try? How will you know? Let me give you the answer. You will know when money is the last thing you think about when you want to achieve any project. Oh, I love this. This is good. You will know when money is the last thing you think about when you want to achieve any project. That's when you will know that your imagination is already formed. You've created the wealth, okay, from the spirit realm to the physical realm. You just see that you want to do projects. The last thing you think about is, where will we get the money from? How many of you agree with me that today, anything you want to buy that is expensive, the first thing that comes to your mind is, how do I get the money? Come on. Can you be honest with me? True or false? When you want to buy something today, right, that is very expensive, first thing that comes to your mind is, how will I get the money? True or false? Come on, talk to me. And that is the biggest enemy of your progress. Anytime you consider money first in the conceptualization of your dreams and projects and objectives, then you have not truly formed wealth in your mind. When wealth is fully formed in the mind, money is the last thing you always think of. Each time. The last thing. Today, and I kid you not, I don't know whether my wife is still here. You can ask everybody that works with me. The last thing I think of when it comes to a project is money. They always get shocked. And sometimes it frustrates people around me. Like, Oga will just talk big. That's how they talk. They just say, Oga just talk big. Hey, Oga don't even look whether we get the money or not. Right? He will just say, we're doing this. We're doing something. You know. Right? He doesn't even think it. How do we get the money? Where will the money come from? No. Because I have built intangible wealth in my mind. As far as I am concerned, I estimate I'm a trillionaire. Well, Don't worry, very soon you will see it. You have not seen it, but don't worry. It's already here. Okay? In my mind. Right? Remember I say in my mind, I'm a trillionaire as I speak to you today. As of today, what's today's date? 6th of May, 2024. I, Stephen Akitayo, I am a trillionaire in my mind. Okay? So, the day it manifests physically, you are just seeing it, and unfortunately or unfortunately, I'm not going to be surprised. You will be the one, I never believed that man is that wealthy. Wow, it's amazing. The man is this rich. Well, me, I've been that rich long ago. You are just coming to the realization. Right? Come on, is this good stuff? If it's good stuff, type good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, right? So, wealth is first formed in your mind before it becomes physical. And like I said, number 2 way to do it is to use the law of imagination or the principle of imagination. Just begin to imagine good things. Imagine big things. And it's, again, scriptural. Whatsoever is pure, whatsoever is of good report, right? Whatsoever is noble, whatsoever is good. Think of these things. Remember, the Bible talks about that, right? So, think of things that are good. Think of abundance. Think of plenty. Think of wealth. Think of increase. And you must do it how many times a day? At least 1 hour a day. Just get into your imagination. Come on. How many of you will promise to do it from today? Come on, type I promise. How many of you promise me that from today you will spend 1 hour in your imagination? So whenever poverty wants to mess you up, whenever lack wants to mess you up, whenever your landlady or your landlord, I used to have that experience, okay? My landlady will come to the back of our house, we're owing rent, and then she will start singing, insulting us with her song in the morning, right? But you see, when she starts all those things, me, I've run to my imagination. You cannot come and mess me up. I've run into my imagination. And guess what I'm seeing in my imagination? I'm seeing myself living in Banana Island. And look, I am even pitying you that I'm living with you here in Songwater. Then it used to be the Bells. We're living in a particular, is it two bedroom in the Bells in Songwater. It was a suburb, right, that I was living. And so once my landlady is harassing me that we're owing rent, I have run to my imagination, seeing myself in Banana Island, seeing myself in Burj Khalifa, seeing myself building real estate in the US. Okay? And in my mind, I'm saying, this woman doesn't know that I'm just managing this her suburb because I'm building cities. Oh, come on. I'm building cities. So I'm just managing. Okay? But of course, today, are those things not true today? Come on, talk to me. Is has my imagination not come to pass now? Talk to me, guys. Those imagination, is it not coming to pass today? What I used to see. So anytime challenges of life wants to harass you, run to your imagination. Come on, how many of you are promising me you're going to do that from today? Anytime financial constraints, just run to your imagination. Close your eyes and begin to imagine abundance. Begin to imagine plenty. Okay? Do it over and over and over again, and I promise you, a time will come, there will be no difference between your mind, the wealth in your mind, and your physical wealth, because you will have manifest most of what you used to imagine in your mind. It will have come to pass. Come on, this is good. This is good. Oh, I love this. I love this. Come on, how many of you love this? Type, I love this, I love this, I love this. Come on. If you love this, I love this. I wish somebody said this to me 20 years ago. Honestly, you guys you are lucky you have me. I wish somebody said this to me 15 years ago. I wish I was watching somebody share this same thing I'm teaching you 15 years ago. I probably even be bigger than I am now. So, run to your imagination. Use imagination 1 hour every day so that you can build mental wealth, because it is the wealth you've built in your mind that will manifest physically. The wealth you build in your mind is what will manifest physically. And until that wealth is in your mind, you will never touch it physically. This is the reason why a lot of people have made money and they lost everything. How many of you have met people who made money from lottery? Come on, talk to me. They won Visa lottery and they became worse than they were before they won the Visa lottery. How many of you have heard that story before? A gentleman won Visa lottery and he became homeless and his life became worse than it was before he won the Visa lottery. The reason why people go through this was because they made money all of a sudden. They made money that wasn't formed in their mind. They made money by mistake, so they will lose it by mistake. They made money by luck, and they will lose it by mistake. So don't be an accidental millionaire. Be an intentional millionaire. Remember, success is intentional. Okay? Success is not by mistake, it's intentional. For you to really become successful, it has to be intentional. It has to be something you thought through, something you envisioned, something you imagined, you created. Okay? You created intentionally. It's not by mistake. Success is intentional. Right? Any success that happens by luck, you lose by mistake. Come on, write it down. Any success that happens by luck, you will lose by mistake. Only success that happens intentionally is retained. Let me say it again so you help me type it, everybody. Right? And if any of my associates is here, I want you to turn it to my quotable quote and post it on my page, right? Right? Any success you achieve by luck, you lose by mistake. Only success that is intentional is retained. Let me say it again. Any success that you achieve by luck, you lose by mistake. Only success that is intentional is retained in life. So you have to go to your imagination. You have to see the wealth. You have to see the success before it eventually comes to pass in the physical realm. But if you don't see the wealth in your mind, you will eventually lose it. If you don't create the wealth in your mind, you eventually lose it. Everything I see in my life today, guys, I have created over 10 years ago in my mind. Everything. Whether it's the estates we own, whether it's the businesses, whether it's the offices, I saw it years ago. Some of them, I saw them 15 years ago in my mind. I saw myself owning companies all over the world. I saw myself owning businesses. I didn't have the money, but I saw it. I had created it in my imagination. And today, in fact, I used to have I did a 50-year goal plan where I designed the companies I was going to own 50 years from that time. Right? I'm 16 years into that vision today. I designed the wealth, the dreams, what I wanted. And I didn't have the money. I was a student in the university. I was living in a one room. In fact, my room was, if I look at it, 10 by 12 feet room, I think. No. 15 by 18. I think it's 15 by 18. Right? It's a 15 by 18 feet room that I was living in. And yet I designed owning businesses all over the world. I imagine success from a one room apartment. Okay? How many of you will go and do your own? Come on, talk to me. How many of you go and do yours? Tell me, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Come on, let's go. Number 3, so I can wrap up this law of attraction. How to use your mind to build wealth. How to build wealth in the realm of the mind. Use your mind to just create the abundance that you desire. Okay? Number 3 way to do it. Write it down. Okay? Write it down. What is it that you want? Write it down. Write it down. Like I was sharing with you, 2008, I got to learn about the law of attraction. I watched a movie called The Secret. I don't know if you have watched the movie called The Secret. Powerful movie. I encourage all of you to go and watch the movie called The Secret. And I saw that I could use my mind to do great things rather than using my mind to think evil, using my mind to expand the poverty, the lack, the financial challenges I was facing. I saw that I could use my mind to create abundance, to create wealth, to create so many things. So I did a 50-year goal plan and I put it down. Okay? And I wrote down companies I was going to own. I wrote down wealth I was going to create, businesses, jobs I was going to create. I didn't have any of it, but I decided to put pen to paper. So number 3, using your mind to build wealth. Write down what you have imagined in your mind. I want to give you all the assignments. Can you do it? Will you do it? If you will do the assignment, can you type, I will do it? Come on. I don't want to give you an assignment you're not going to do, right? There's no point giving you an assignment if you're not going to do it. Will you do it? If you're going to do it, type, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I want to give you an assignment, right? I want you to break the assignment into 3. I need you to come up with a 1-year goal plan, 5-year goal plan, and a 10-year goal plan. If you like, you can do 20, you can do 50, you can do more, right? But start with 1-year goal plan. Can anybody help me type it so that none of us forget? 1-year goal plan, 5-year goal plan, 10-year goal plan, okay, of the wealth you want to create, right? 1 year from now, how much wealth will you have created? Okay, number 1. 5 years from now, how much wealth will you have created? 10 years from now, how much wealth will you have created? I want you to write it on a sheet of paper. And I want you to do me a favor. How many of you will do this? Screenshot it and tag me on this IG. Then I know you are in that club. Come on, who is interested? 1-year goal plan, 5-year goal plan, 10-year goal plan. Okay? I want you to write it down. If you're not going to write it down, don't bother doing it. Okay? You write it down. 12 months from today, I will own so number of plots of land or houses. I will own this much shares. I will own this much this. I'll be worth X amounts. Okay? 1 year from now. 5 years from now, I will have controlled this. 10 years from now, I'll control this. If you want, you can do 20 and then do 50 if you want. Then take a picture of it and tag me. Okay, you can tag me on my story, but it has to be on Instagram, and I will repost it. And I will believe God with you that it will come to pass. Can I shock you? What I wrote that I was going to achieve 25 years later, I achieved it in 15 years. That's how powerful this principle is. Things that I said I was going to achieve 20 years, 30 years, some things that I even said was going to take me 50 years to achieve, I have achieved them in 16 years of writing down, okay, the imagination that I was conceiving. So I want you to write it down, okay? You don't need to look like what you're writing down. Don't bother. Leave the rest to God, okay? You don't need to look like what you're writing down. You don't need to look like it. I didn't look like what I was writing down. I didn't look like it. I wasn't near it. There was nothing in my life that looked like it, but one good thing I did was I decided to write it down. He said, write the vision down, make it plain, that he may run that readeth it. The only way you will run is when the vision is written down. The only way you will run is when you write down that I want to achieve this in the next 12 months. I want to achieve this in the next 5 years. I want to achieve this in the next, 10 years. That is the only reason you will run. If you don't have it written down, you will not run. So write it down. Are we going to do it? If you are going to do it, type, I will do it. I will do it. Talk to me. How many of you are going to do it? Come on. If you are going to do it, type, I will do it. I will do it. I will do it. Talk to me. I want to be sure. How many of you will do it? Okay. Bamidele will do it. Who else will do it? Constructions will do it. Tolu will do it. Simply Ayodeji will do it. Okay, beautiful. So write it down. Now, number 4 assignment. After you've written it down, I want you to paste what you have written down in a place you can be seeing it every day. So what I did in my case, I think I sleep with my right side. So in that one room apartment, I had a picture board on my wall, and I decided to post this particular goal, financial goals and dreams. So when I wake up, I will just see that Stephen Akintayo will own over 50 companies. Stephen Akintayo will be the CEO of social company. These companies will be worth this amount. So I will wake up every morning to see my picture board. And on my picture board is my financial goal, my 1-year financial goal, my 5-year financial goal, my 10-year financial goal, my 20-year financial goal, and my 50-year financial goal. So I want you to do that as assignment number next. I can't even remember. I've given too many assignments now. So paste it where you can be seeing it every morning when you wake up. And because we're all spiritual, whether you're Muslim or Christian, irrespective of what religion you practice, I want you to add it to your prayer if you believe in praying, right? So for me, when I wake up, I say it and I'm saying, Lord, I command the reality of this. I believe this will come to pass. I believe these companies will come. I will own these companies, including writing myself a check. I wrote myself a check of how much I wanted to make in 12 months from that time. So you can add to the goals a check, writing yourself a check that 12 months from now, okay, that amount will be in your account. 12 months from now, that amount will be in your account. So and I'm teaching you, this is practical. I did this. There's nothing I'm talking about here that I didn't do. But this was how I created the financial success that you guys see today. And I'm still creating more, right? And so this is not something you do and you stop. Success is not, unfortunately, it's not a destination, it's a journey. Success is not a destination, it's a journey. Now, how many of you agree with me you should go and watch this video 3 times after we are done? How many of you agree with me? This is not something that you should stop here. You should go and watch it again, because a lot of the assignments, you need to go over it again and again and again. You need to watch this over and over and over again, right? So write down your 1-year financial goal, 5-year financial goal, 10-year financial goal. Next, after you've written it down, tag me on Instagram. Tag me on Instagram. Okay? After you've done that, paste that financial goal where you can be seeing it every morning when you wake up. Paste it. Some of you see your ceiling when you wake up in the morning. So some of you should post it on your ceiling. So as you open your eyes when you wake up, that's the first thing you're seeing. Some of you is on your wall, your bed wall. So post it there, the goal. And when you wake up in the morning, look at it, read it over. If you are spiritual like I am, pray over it and command it to manifest. Command the manifestation of that financial goal. Command the manifestation of that financial goal. Forget the fact that you don't look like it, but you do it. And you will see how, many of you, if you practice what I'm teaching you today, oh Jesus, one day you will see me at the top and you just give me a hug and you will remind me of this conversation. I probably would have forgotten this training. And you say, you taught me this, I practiced it, and I couldn't believe that it manifested. Come on, who is excited? Are you excited? Okay? How many of you are excited? Do whatever you do, right? Whether you command, you pray. If you don't even like praying, your choice. Whatever you do, just do it. Okay? How many of you are happy about what you've learned today? If you're happy, just type, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. So I want to give us some quick updates about what I am doing and how you can be part of it. So who is ready? So quick updates. So I'm here in Houston. Next Saturday we're launching one of our latest projects. It's a 19-acre property in Richmond, Texas, and we're going to be building 60 single-family home. It's an estate inside an estate, but it's just going to be a very premium estate, exclusive, green and smart home, strictly for the wealthy. I'm not sure we'll sell anything in that estate less than $500,000, right? Some of the houses will go as high as $1 million in that estate. It's just going to be 60 units only. We already have the land. We've secured the land, so it's we just need to start construction. 19-acre, Richmond, Texas. It's beside a river, so the picture is so beautiful. The 3D today or tomorrow, I'm going to post the 3D. You will love it, and you can invest in it. We have an opportunity. We are not selling the houses yet. Okay, for me, I try to do things in a systemic way. I don't rush to do things, but by December this year, we will start selling the houses. It may be earlier, it may be a little bit later, but for now, you can invest in it. And you will, of course, are going to share in the profits I'm going to be making from the deal. How many of you want to share profit with me in our American projects? Talk to me. Come on. How many of you want to make money with me? Right? For me, one of the things I love doing is doing projects that everybody makes money. I'd say it oftentimes. The best way to strengthen relationship is to do business. What's the point of somebody's your friend? You call yourself friends, but you're not making money together. What kind of stupid friendship is that? If we're really friends, we're going to do projects together. We're going to make money together. We're going to do stuff together. And you're going to love me more because I'm helping you make money. Right? You're going to pray for me every day. God protect Stephen Akintayo. I've invested my money in his project. Right? Some of you don't like my face because you've not done business with me. Some of you hate what I am doing. You think I'm arrogant. You think I'm too loud because you have not invested. If you have invested, you will be saying, Baba, go. Tell them. Give it to them. Market more. Push the brand more. Because the more I push the brand, the more you also will make money. Come on. Do you agree with me? Okay? So every time I see people would troll, I know that these ones either have never invested with me or invested but they are no longer interested. Maybe they have an emergency, they need their money back, Okay, and so they don't care if the empire goes down. They don't care. But if you really are an investor of me, you want me to do well, you want the company to do well, because my doing well means you're doing well. So send me a deal as low as $10,000. You can invest with us in our Katy project, and we're going to stream the launch. Those of you who are around US and want to come down to Houston, come. Let's do the launch together this Saturday. It's going to be a beautiful experience. Let's do it together, right? Let's do it together. So it's going to be a great experience. So please do that. Next, I'm hosting in partnership with my friend Linus Okore. We're doing a big event in Ghana. We're hosting former President Obasanjo, Professor Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, Afrexim Bank, a lot of powerful people. We're hosting them for my own version of the event is called CEO Leadership Retreat, and then the other one is the African Leadership Conference. We're partnering together with my friend, and we're making a very big event, and I want you to be part of it, right? Let's do this together. It's going to be amazing time. So you can attend physically in Ghana. You can fly down to Ghana and attend it physically and meet all these powerful people. Remember, part of what we've taught you in terms of law of attraction: change your network of friends. Start rolling with the big boys, chilling with the big boys. So it's an opportunity to network with a lot of great people, private sector, public sector, great events. Don't want to miss it. Also, you can attend virtually if you can't come down to Ghana physically. You can attend the event virtually if you can't come down to Ghana. So send me a DM as well. Just send me a DM. Myself and my team will reply you about the details. If you want to join virtually, you want to come physically, we can, we get you all the details, and you can join us in Ghana. Okay? What's next? GTEX Holdings is 16 years. How many of you are happy to know we're 16 years this month? 16 years from a one-room office on campus to a company that is present in 4 continents of the world. Come on, who is excited about that? From one room, office. Literally, my room on campus was double as my office. I started my business on campus. My room on campus double as my office. One room, practically, 15 by 18 feet room, and see what the Lord has done. Today we're building cities across the globe, and my story is the proof that indeed what God cannot do does not exist. What God cannot do does not exist. But I want you to join me to celebrate God for helping our organization to come this far. We've come a long way. A long way. So we're doing a lot of activities. We're visiting orphanage home. We're giving free plot of land to new investors, to existing investors. People who are buying up to an acre with us are getting free plot of land. People who are buying into our housing, we're doing 50% discount on all our products. So we're in that giveaway mood, right? So we'll do a lot of give this season in celebration of our 16th year anniversary. So you're going to see a lot of content around that. Feel free to connect with them, and God bless you as you do so. What else again do I have to update us on? Right? Don't forget to tag me in all the stuff that I asked you to tag me on. Tag me, because these are practical assignments that you need to do, okay? So if you're coming for our launch this particular Saturday, Richmond, Texas, the launch of Jasper Estate, Richmond, Texas. If you're coming, then send me a message on DM myself or my team will attend to you, and we'll be glad to have you physically present, or you're joining us virtually, or you want to invest. It's starting 11 a.m. this Saturday, 11th of May. Okay, I love you all. God bless you. Bye bye.